Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope you're doing wonderfully, particularly under the current circumstances, keeping yourself busy and all of that sort of stuff. We are going ahead with the AMA thing here, and we've got a few questions, which is nice. Thank you very much for everyone who sent in questions. That's great. I was a bit worried that I'd be out here in the middle of nowhere with nothing to talk about. So, without further ado, on with the questions. From Marcin. What do you think of the Southern American accent? Interesting. I have to say I was a little bit freaked out when James chose to use the Southern accent as the March Hare in Alice in Wonderland, but I think it worked out okay in the end. I think, there's probably three characters that it's really useful for. The Southern hospitality type thing, like the Southern Belle, that one's pretty strong, right? The other one is the unfortunate stereotype of the redneck, that guy. But my favorite Southern American accent is one that I actually haven't been able to use yet, but I can't wait.
I'm looking forward to ripping out this guy here as soon as I get an opportunity to do so. Perhaps if you're planning on entering the short story competition, you might consider writing one wherein this man might have a line or two.
Yeah. I actually quite like it. I like the Southern American accent. Thank you for your question. Next one is Envy. Envy L7. Sup, champ. Sup to you, Envy. Do you plan on doing any light novels from Japan? If you were to make one, a lot of people would probably swarm, since that's the only content that doesn't have any adaptations. I actually had to look up what light novels from Japan were, and they're essentially sort of shortish novels that are sort of aimed at teenagers, high school students, and it would be great. I am actually studying Japanese at the moment. Konnichiwa, genki desu ka? But one of the major troubles that I've got on my channel is that I can only really do books that are in the public domain. So it's really hard to do more modern stories. If there are old, classic public domain light novels from Japan, then yes, I'd absolutely love to. Absolutely love to. That'd be a lot of fun. I love doing stories from a bunch of different cultures. It's very cool. Okay, on to the next question from Kami. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Kami. How are you?
Here is my fan question. What is your favorite book you have recorded on the channel so far? Ooh, tricky. I think it'd probably have to be Brave New World, because that's the one that sort of drew the audience into this channel. If it hadn't been for Brave New World, I would just be another, audiobook channel with 20 subscribers or whatever. So I'm very thankful that that book was good enough and popular enough to actually draw you folks to listen in. If you're talking about my personal favorite just story, however, Treasure Island was the first one I ever recorded. That's why it sounds so horrible and all the editing is so bad, because it was actually done for a radio station, and that's how the quality has ended up. Yeah, no, I'd have to stick with Brave New World. 1984 was very, very good, but good lord, it was dark. It was so heavy recording that book for a year. It was really quite intense. It's a very, very difficult novel. Yeah, I have to go with Brave New World as my favorite. But then possibly Alice in Wonderland, because it was my first experiment with a fully cast book. So despite the fact that it was an awful amount of work, it was a lot of fun to get it finally done. And Kami has another question as well, and here is my Ask Anything kind of question. Can you sing? Ooh, you cheeky bugger. I don't know, that's probably a question you're going to have to answer, I think. And to help you make up your mind, I'm going to sing you a little song. I was walking down the street one day when I saw a house on fire. There was a man shouting and hollering from an upper story window at the crowd that had gathered there below, for he was so afraid. Jump, you bugger, jump. Jump into this here blanket what we are rolled in, and you will be all right. He jumped, hit the deck, broke his bleeding neck. There was no blanket. Laugh, we nearly cried. We haven't laughed that much since Grandma died, or Auntie Mavis got her left it in the mangle. We are miserable sinners, filthy buggers. Our souls. So no, I can't. I can't sing very well at all. Yeah. Oh, that's fun. I do like that song. It's a good song. So since this is pretty short, thank you everyone for writing in questions. I thought I would run through some of the community things that we never sort of finished off. I just put up, some question or whatever, and that was it. So here we go. Going back to the very, very start. 10 months ago was the first time I started putting up the polls, and it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it too. And the question was, looking around at the world today, how many similarities do you see between it and 1984? And most of you went with, I can see some similarities. Some of them went for the funny answer of, I refuse to answer on the grounds that Big Brother is watching me. Ho, 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 how amusing. The only ones that worry me are the 3% of people who clicked on they are not at all similar. Really? No similarities? Okay. And now, probably another relevant question. The next one was, what's your favourite example of Steve singing? And most people have gone future church hymns in Brave New World because they were really the only ones that had been done at the time. Though quite a lot of you clicked on I skipped the musical sections to preserve my ears. And I would be very angry with you, except I kind of agree with you. I do dig it. Ooh, here's a good one. Who had a worse time? Winston in 1984, the Savage's mother Linda in Brave New World, the vivisected panther in the island of Dr. Moreau, or Steve trying to pronounce Cthulhu and Fatagan? And I really thought more people would have chosen the panther. Because, man, maybe it's just that not many folks have actually listened to The Island of Dr. Moreau, but that panther got, cut up while it was alive. No anesthetic, no nothing, while the insane doctor was trying to turn it into something that it was not. So I think it suffered quite a lot. Ooh, here's a good one. How often do you think Steve has to look up pronunciation guides for odd words while recording? Never, only in foreign languages, probably every chapter or two, almost every page, or I'm not even sure he knows how to pronounce pronunciation. And the answer is actually fairly often, because I do classic novels and language changes over time, and there's quite a few times during the recording of just about every chapter when there's some word that I've never heard of, or an archaic usage of a word that's not how we use it anymore. So yeah, I do actually have to look things up fairly often. Alright, good. So that's about it for the questions, I think, and the polls. The last thing, of course, is that we're getting quite close to 5,000 subscribers, where I'm going to launch the next short story competition. If you've got a short story of up to 1,500 words, you can enter it and the chance to have me turn it into an audiobook for you. And this time around, to celebrate 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to offer a cash prize of 5,000 cents. 5,000 cents. It's going to be about $50. About $50, 50 Australian dollars, which may be as much as $5 in your local currency. I'm not sure. Yeah, so that's going to be fun, don't you think? That'll be good. And we did have some votes on what the short story should be about, whether it'll be the two winners basically are Space, the Final Something or Other, or Pandemic. Pandemic getting 46% of the votes. So we're going to be going with that one. It can be the theme, the title, it could be just something that happens in the background of your story, whatever you like. As long as it's got something to do with pandemic and it comes in under 1,500 words, you can send it in to me at spaudiobooks@internode.on.net. I will put up that email address as things get closer. And I'm trying to track down a English literature professor from one of our local universities who's actually going to judge it for us, because I thought that would be very nice. And also, I don't want to be too biased on the choices or anything like that. Excellent. Thank you very much for everyone who wrote in. Thank you for everyone who went in for the competition last time. Absolutely brilliant. I'm looking forward to reading your stories in the next one. And thank you for just listening and being part of this channel. I really, really, really appreciate it. Wonderful. Okay, so have yourselves a good one. Keep busy, stay healthy, wash your hands, and we will catch you very, very soon with the next chapter of the novel Frankenstein, which we're doing right now. Excellent. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.